Hi, Peter Eddie here. Today I have a little bit of a rant. I'm going to try not to be so angry, but I just want to bring on a point. Yesterday I went with my son and his friend to this concert at at PNC Bank Art Center in New Jersey. I happened to win tickets for my radio station. I answered a question. It was the concert was the Outlaw Music Festival, which was supposed to have Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson has been sick for a number of days, so Willie wasn't there. His son took him over. His son sounds just like him. Um, his name is Lucas Nelson. So Willie Nelson has been sick a while. He's 91 years old now. The doctor's orders was that he should not go to a couple of shows. I think he was able to go to the show I was at, and even the one before, but he decided maybe he felt they needed a little more of a rest. So he didn't go to that show. That's one thing. He wasn't there. That's not my rant. My rant. This is not why I'm angry. So also who was there was Robert Plant, which the main reason why I wanted to go was because of Robert Plant. I'm a big Zeppelin fan, and I wanted to see Robert Plant. He sings with this lady Krause. She's very good. Made a couple of albums with her. And Dylan was there, Bob Dylan, and then Willie Nelson's son. Willie Nelson's son. His name is Lucas. So he was there too. So the thing is, yesterday the weather called for heavy rain and periods, heavy thunderstorms. And we were sitting where we could get wet. There was a roof, it was covered. We were like halfway covered because half the place is a lawn where people had like lawn chairs and they could just sit. Got completely soaked. And I was in a row that was like half covered, half not. It wasn't completely covered. It was getting into the covers, but we weren't there yet. We were like halfway there. Half our head was covered, and the other half, and the back of our body wasn't. Okay. During Plant's performance, the rain came down in a downpour. I mean, a real downpour. Everyone was getting soaked. The steps where he was sitting was soaking wet, and everything was soaking wet, even though halfway we were covered. It was unbelievable. It was a lot of rain. So at that point, many of the people in the audience decided to go up a little and, to escape the rain. So a lot of people were standing there. But it's pouring rain. What should we do? So anyway, security guard comes from Live Nation. So the concert was sponsored by Live Nation. Live Nation was all over the place. It's all the security was Live Nation. So the security guard comes from Live Nation and tells us, we got to go back to our seat. This is on my rant right now. We got to get back to our seat. The seat is completely wet. The rain is coming down as hard as can be. And we got to go back into that rain and sit down on a wet seat. Even if we wipe it, it's not going to matter too much because it's going to just get wet again. And that's what we got to do. He says we can't stand there. I told him we're not standing here just to get a closer seat, to get a closer view or anything. We're standing here. It's pouring rain out here. And he says to me, "That's not my fault." He says, and this is what starts burning me up. He says, "You knew how the weather was going to be, and you decided to come." Well, first of all, we got the tickets days earlier. We didn't know exactly what was going to be. And even if we knew that there was going to be thunderstorms, we don't know when it's coming, and we don't know how much is coming. Like I said, I won these tickets. I'm not going to not go because there's a possibility of rain. So anyway, so he said, the guy says, if you want, write a letter to Live Nation and complain to them. Complain to them. I complained to this man. You got no right to tell people get back to your seat and get wet. You know? I understand. He's trying to keep the place a little more organized and all that, so people could walk around. But we didn't go closer just to get a closer seat. By the way, I did at one point. I went all the way down because I didn't have such great seats. I went all the way down, and I stood a while, and I saw a plant a little close up. And I wanted to do that. How many times in my life am I going to see Robert Plant? So I'm standing there just to get a good seat, a good view. A man taps me on the shoulder, another man from Live Nation. "You can't stand here." I said, "Okay." I went away. I'm going back up. Can't stand there. I can't stand there. I'm not going to fight with you about that. But to tell someone, you got to go back to your seat because it's raining, because you can't stand there. You got to go back to your seat. Pouring rain coming down the cats and dogs and cats. It's outrageous. Let the people stand there and listen till it gets a little better. Thunderstorms don't last forever. They come and go. It's not like a constant rain. Anyway, I'm trying not to yell, and I'm not going to scream. Not going to scream about it. I just wanted to make a point. There's sometimes a person got to use their brains, and say, why are all these people here? They're here. They're not here just to get a closer look. They're here because it's raining outside. They don't want to get wet, So what should they do? Get some shelter. Like the Rolling Stones song, "Give Me Shelter." That's all we're asking. Okay, that's my rant. People gotta be able to use some common sense and use their brains. Doesn't pay to call Live Nation. What are they gonna say? But I'll tell you the stories. Anyway, that's what's going on. Okay, everybody. It was a good concert, by the way. Okay, take care. Bye.